Conversation. We're talking about the Jubilee Senate House leadership changes wrangles that are there right now. Joining me live is Honorable Irungu Kang'ata. He's the Moranga Senator and also the Majority Chief Whip, and Honorable Cheruiyot, who's the Kericho Senator as well. Honorable Kang'ata, I'll start with you. Thank you both for making time for us. So, Standing Order number 19, Kang'ata, says that more than half of the senators need to be there for a decision to oust their leader from power. How many senators were at State House today?
More than 20.
Kang'ata, how can they be more than 20 when you're 35 and yet 22 have said they were not there? That math doesn't add up.
No, it's not true. That list which is being circulated by my brothers and sisters from the other side is a fake list. Some of those people appearing in that list attended today's meeting. And we do have signatures signifying indeed they attended. In fact, you need to note that no one signed on that list, which is being purported to have been a genuine list. But mine, it has full signatures.
So you're saying the list that I'm holding in my hand that shows that 22 senators said they did not attend is false? Some of them here attended?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, let's bring in Cheruiyot and find out.
In fact, maybe the question should be, my brother, Trevor, do you see any signature there?
There is no signature here. That is true. But
exactly.
One of the names appearing here is Cheruiyot, and is also with us today. Cheruiyot, did you go to State House?
Trevor, good evening.
Good evening.
I did not go to State House.
Because I see...
thing,
yes.
Let's correct things first.
Go ahead.
I hear you're referring to Senator Irungu Kang'ata as a whip of the majority.
Is he not?
That is not true. The whip of a majority is a lady called Susan Kihika, Senator for Nakuru. I see Kang'ata is completely suited up at 10:30 p.m. at night. I see he's anxious to begin his duties, but I want to tell him to hold his horses. Maybe in the next parliament, we will consider him for majority whip. But up to now, Susan Kihika remains to be the whip of the Senate.
Cheruiyot, from where you stand, what necessitated these changes that took place today?
First of all, you need to understand another thing, Trevor. There is no Jubilee parliamentary group that took place at State House today. For there to be a parliamentary group, Trevor, there is a formal procedure that you follow. First of all, you issue a notice of a meeting. Up to now, I haven't received any invitation to attend a Jubilee Senators parliamentary group in any part of this country. And I am a Jubilee senator. So that tells you there is no invitation. Secondly, the thing that needs to happen is that together with the notice, they will give you an agenda and tell you that this meeting, these are the things that you're going to discuss. That did not happen. Third and final, Trevor, is that the truth of the matter is that what happened at State House was just a baraza of about 8 Jubilee senators and 3 strangers. Because in a Jubilee parliamentary group, KANU people are strangers. We don't have a coalition agreement with KANU. Therefore, in that particular meeting, they were just bystanders and perhaps were there to enjoy the warm cup of tea and go about their duties.
Senator Kang'ata, was there an official invitation?
Yes, indeed. When you become a senator, what you usually do is to indicate your physical address. Also, you indicate your mobile number. You can also indicate your email address. The Jubilee Party used the correct methods to issue a notice. That notice also indicated the agenda. And some of us made the decision to attend. There are very few senators who decided not to attend. There are a small minority. The majority attended. And we have evidence of attendance. People signed, those who attended. And there was an agenda that was clearly communicated to members. Remember, we have had a situation where various members of parliament who have been demanding Tuju to call what we call a parliamentary group. Now, Tuju did that exactly today. I'm surprised after Tuju agreed to their demands, they are now turning around to say, no, we ought not to have had a Jubilee party meeting.
So, Kang'ata, how come other senators who you're with in the same party are saying they were not invited, and you're saying they were invited? How come you're reading from different scripts?
Well, they're just playing politics. We have evidence of the service of the notice. Everyone was informed. And I can tell you the channels that were used to convene this meeting are the same channels we've been using to convene previous meetings. So anyone saying he did not receive an invitation, that person is not being candid. He's just lying for politics.
Senator Cheruiyot, are you just playing politics? Because I also see another list here sent to me by Senator Naisula Lesuda of those who attended. Around 22 of you were there, and there were some absent without apologies and others absent with apology. Is this just a political game of trying to undermine the president?
Who is trying to undermine the president?
Because he says all of you as Jubilee were invited, you simply did not show up. Aren't you defying your leader if you don't show up for a someone?
Okay, let's, Trevor, what we need to do...
Yes, we are listening. Go ahead.
We need to move the debate higher. This issue about who was invited, who was not invited, that is neither here nor there. The truth of the matter is that most of us were not invited. I have this evening at around 5 o'clock signed on a list, that list that you have of 22 Jubilee senators. I was number 20 to sign on that particular list because I knew that later on there are people that will come and claim that the following senators perhaps were not there. And Senator Susan Kihika has in her possession over 20 Jubilee senators that have signed on that letter saying that, one, they were neither invited into that meeting, nor did they participate. Therefore, that being the case, according to Senate Standing Order number 19 and 20, that meeting did not meet the threshold of what constitutes a Jubilee parliamentary group for purposes of changing leadership. Jubilee has 35 senators, for your information, Trevor. If 20, at least the ones I have seen who have signed on that list, and I was told about 2 or 3 others were on their way, making their way to the office of the majority whip to sign on that letter, have signed. That confirms to you that majority of the senators were not in State House. Secondly, instead of Kang'ata trying to mislead the country and lying that they had more than 20 senators, it is very simple. Let them publish the list of the names of the senators who are in State House. Up to now, the communication from Kangata, the spokesperson from State House, does not have the list of names. What they are trying is social media propaganda, peddling the names like what Naisula is doing, but there is no official communication saying these were the senators who are in State House. Where are the photos, Kangata? Show us the photo of the 20 senators. I mean, every time we've gone to State House for parliamentary group meetings, photos are always shared. How comes you're embarrassed to share the photos this time? It is because you know the truth is that you have 11 senators. Final thing, Trevor, if these guys had met the threshold, Trevor, by 2:30 in the afternoon, the Speaker of the Senate will have received that communication. But what have they been doing the whole afternoon? They have been moving around this city trying to coerce people. They have been sending choppers all around. There were more than 5 choppers that were dispatched in the course of this day to try and convince senators that please come to Nairobi, there's an important meeting. But those senators are people of integrity. They've stood their ground and they've said, we shall not bow to intimidation. We cannot be party to this kind of monkey business that is being engaged here. This gentleman who's on the line, and I want to ask you, Kangata, is it not true that at 3 o'clock this afternoon, because I saw you with my own eyes, you were at pit stop on Langata Road trying to offer money to 2 senators so that they agree to sign on your list? And you left there at 5:30 after 2.5 hours of unsuccessfully trying to influence them, and they've told you they cannot be party to such shenanigans.
Kangata, that is a direct allegation and allow you to respond.
Yeah, thank you for that. Let me say first, it is not true. No, allow me to finish, surely.
Cheruiyot, let him respond, then I'll give you another chance.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Go
ahead. No problem.
Be fair.
Go ahead, Kangata.
Thank you, my brother. One, it is not true that I was making an effort to bribe anyone. I can't bribe anyone. I have never been involved in any form of corruption ever since I started being a politician, as a councillor, as a member of parliament, as a senator, and I'm happy because of that politicking with integrity, politicking without corruption. Today, I was made the chief whip of the Senate. Number two, it's not true also the allegation that KANU is not part of the Jubilee coalition. We do have a valid legal agreement between Jubilee Party and the KANU Party, which agreement was deposited with the relevant governmental office, and which essentially now entitles KANU members to attend today's meeting. You need also to understand that Jubilee members at the Senate, we are 34. Then you add 3 from KANU. Then you add 1 from one small party, and then 1 independent person. All of them, they have duly recognized agreements affiliating themselves with Jubilee Party, and a majority of them attended today's meeting. As to the allegation concerning that we made the effort to go and start to mobilize people using copters, it is not true. We respect every senator decision to attend the meeting or even not to attend that meeting. We do not make any effort to coerce anyone to attend that meeting. In fact, my brother seems to confirm, indeed, we always meet at State House. We use certain methods to mobilize our members, and exactly that is what happened today. And the meeting happened. Tomorrow, we shall be giving out our evidence to the Speaker, and I can tell you, evidence of today's meeting is very cogent. Concerning the issue of photos, to me that's neither here or there, because the issue concerning photos, well, it is a discretion on the person who takes photographs. It's not a necessity, it's not a requirement. When you are meeting, you must take photos. As to myself discussing issues with my fellow colleagues, well, of course, I'm a friend to many senators. And therefore, when you see me talking to any senator, don't think that I'm making any effort to persuade any person to join or to go into a certain direction.
In Kang'ata, what do you think necessitated these changes then?
Several reasons. You have seen Kipchumba Murkomen, the former majority leader of Jubilee Party at the Senate, and also the former party whip at the Senate, that is Susan Kihika. They have been acting against the interest of the party. For instance, Mr. Murkomen did a tweet the other day saying that Parliament is dead because the executive seems to have emasculated Parliament. For me, surely, such kind of a tweet coming from the leader of the majority party, it shows that indeed he does not have faith with the party leader of Jubilee Party. We have seen former majority leader and the former chief whip at the floor of the Senate criticizing the party leader, criticizing the government. We have seen several instances in subordination by those 2 former leaders of our party at the Senate. So it goes without saying that we had to take action. They were given adequate notice. They were given the allegations. They were given the opportunity to come and defend themselves. They refused to come and give their side of the story before the plenary. I can tell you, we are very fair. We follow the law. We respect rules of natural justice. If they came to our meeting, they canvassed their case, I can tell you we could have listened to them. Maybe the outcome would have been the opposite, but they decided not to attend. They decided to start mobilizing people to defy the party leader. Remember, Jubilee Party has a constitution, and the ultimate authority of Jubilee Party is the party leader. Okay. That is His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta.
All right.
So when you directly refuse to come to attend a meeting and you are the so-called the leader of the party at Senate, to me that is insubordination.
Okay. Cheruiyot, so if you had the numbers out there, why didn't you just go and veto that decision?
How do we get to a meeting we are not invited to, Trevor? How many times do I have to tell you that we were not invited?
Are you saying then that your party leader is that inaccessible, Cheruiyot? Is it that inaccessible that you would say that we are out here, we have not been invited, and you would refuse to see you? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because we were never invited to his meeting. So how are we to know even that there was a meeting in the first place? It's only at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon that I read that there was a supposed meeting at State House, and that changes had been made. You need to remember one thing, and Kang'ata needs to follow. You know, the challenge with my colleague Kang'ata is that he is hardly ever there in the Senate, and therefore doesn't follow procedure. Number one, Trevor, you remember during the removal of Senator Moses Wetangula as a minority leader in this term of parliament, there is a precedent that had been set, a ruling that had been given by Speaker Lusaka. You will recall that at that particular time, then NASA CEO Norman Magaya attempted to write a letter to the Speaker informing him of some purported changes. But the Speaker shot down that letter and said that following procedure is cardinal to the operations of an institution like Parliament. That according to our standing orders of the Senate, 19-4 all the way to 20, that a majority of the senators from that particular party or the coalition of parties need to meet, have that meeting minuted, and sign on the minutes and say that we, the following undersigned, have made changes. Therefore, it is fallacious. And if we had a credible media in this country, because I've seen the sponsored stories that are in tomorrow's newspaper saying, oh, Murkomen has been ousted. How can Murkomen be ousted, yet even these people have not issued a formal communication of their purported meeting to the Speaker? So as it is right now, that is a discussion that is foreign to Parliament. Parliament does not operate on news and rumors and the kind of innuendos that you're trying to create. That is number one. Number two, what Kang'ata needs to know is that Article 7 of the Jubilee Coalition states very clearly that the ultimate decision-making body of the party is a National Delegates Conference. Uhuru Kenyatta is an appointee of the National Delegates Conference. Therefore, stop misleading the country and Jubilee supporters. And I dare say that there are very few that you can mislead by trying to insinuate that the president has an ultimate authority where he can make the kind of changes that you're trying to purport that had been made. Article 30 of our Constitution also outlines the procedure that you have to follow when you want to enter into a pre- or post-election coalition with other parties. In this case, the purported post-election coalition that was entered in with KANU is null and void. It is null and void because for any party to enter into a coalition with Jubilee, one, it must be sanctioned by NEC, that is at Article 31, and Article 32, NEC will appoint a negotiation committee where certain members of NEC will be picked and other members of a party, and they will engage the other party on why they intend to enter into an agreement with Jubilee Party. That has not happened. You see, KANU is a small party. They can sit in someone's house and perhaps make this kind of decision. But I dare ask you, Kang'ata, where was this decision for Jubilee and KANU to enter into a post-election coalition made? You know, Jubilee is a publicly funded political party. It is an institution. You cannot run it like a kiosk where a few individuals sit over a glass of whiskey and purport to make changes to the party. That cannot be the case. And therefore, if you are comfortable, Mr. Irungu Kang'ata, and your masters, that you have the numbers to make changes in the leadership of the Senate, give a formal communication to all the Jubilee senators in writing. Tell them the agenda of the meeting. We will meet, we will present our numbers, you will present your numbers, and numbers will carry the day. That is how democracy works. But this kind of intimidation and the kind of innuendos that you're trying to create, those ones won't fly, Trevor.
Senator Cheruiyot, is this the end of Jubilee as we know it then? Because you seem to be reading from very different scripts.
It is the end of the Jubilee for those who are trying to do things illegally. But for those of us who are sticklers for the rule of law, we will remain in Jubilee. We will stand by what the law says. We are fair Democrats, Trevor. We will participate in every decision that has been sanctioned by the relevant organs of the party. If you are found to be the majority, we'll rejoice. If you are found to be in the minority side, we'll be humble in defeat and follow and join hands with the majority. But what we cannot sit down and watch is a party whose contribution and whose making is the effort of over 10 million Kenyans being ruined by a few individuals who want to guard their own selfish interests within their party and don't want to stick by what our constitution says. Therefore, Trevor, our position still remains to be clear. Number one, the purported meeting, I want to assure you, they will not dare send those minutes to the speaker for this very simple reason that Jubilee has 35 senators. I have this afternoon at 5 o'clock signed on a list where I was number 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 20 senators had already signed saying we were not invited into that meeting and we did not participate in that decision. Therefore, as things stand, Murkomen is majority leader of Jubilee, of the majority side. Susan Kihika remains to be the majority whip of our party.
Yeah. Kangata, I'm about to take a quick break here, but tomorrow the Senate House Business Committee is meeting. So who between Murkomen and Bogisho will be there, and who between yourself and Kihika, who will attend?
Thank you so much for that question. Let me say that Murkomen is now the former majority leader of the Senate, and also Kihika is also the former chief whip of the Senate. Those changes today, they have been rendered by the requisite organ of the party. They will be communicated tomorrow as per the law, and they are going to take effect. I'm surprised my brother seems to be quite passionate about this issue concerning the meeting. Notwithstanding, he belongs to a group of members of parliament who have been insisting they want a parliamentary group meeting. They have been saying we want a PG, a PG, a PG. Now, Honorable Tuju listened to their cry. He organized a very good meeting today. A notice was issued. They were given the agenda of the meeting before we came for that meeting. Some of them refused to come. And I can tell you, those who refused to come, they are less than 15. The majority of us who are in that meeting, we do form the quorum. We have the numbers. And tomorrow, by the way, we shall publish that list. And we did not do this because that we just wanted to conduct a coup. No. I can tell you also, President Uhuru Kenyatta attended that meeting as a member of the party. The decision was made by the entire membership of the party.
Yeah.
We were ready to listen to their side of the story. We were not biased in our decision. It's only that they refused to come and attend and give their part of the story. I'm surprised when I hear my brother being quite passionate on this matter instead of attending today's meeting and giving those grievances.
But Kangata, I'm wondering,
is unfair.
the Senate Business Committee meeting, the Senate Business Committee meeting is at 8 a.m. At what point will you serve the speaker with all these documents that you're talking about?
That is a question you need to ask him. Where is that document?
You wait. I have those documents. I'll be presenting those documents tomorrow. And
at what time?
The decision, of course, takes effect from the point of view of the party, it takes effect from today. But from a parliamentary point of view, it takes effect tomorrow. And we shall give you the letter, shall give you a copy of the coalition agreement between Jubilee Party and the KANU Party.
Yeah.
We shall also give you the minutes, who attended, who gave apology.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, we know what we are doing.
Senator Cheruiyot, this group meeting that you're talking about, that you don't seem to agree whether who was invited and who was not invited, it was chaired by the president himself. Are you questioning his ability of leadership of the Jubilee Party?
Oh, what is connected?
All right, we're still staying with Irungu Kang'ata, Murang'a Senator, and also Majority Chief Whip. And Senator Aaron Cheruiyot from Kericho is also with us. We'll be joining them in just a bit. We're taking a quick break here on the Monday Report. I see some of your questions coming through. We'll sample some of them and ask them those questions on this program. All right, stay with the Monday Report. See you in just a bit.